Hello, ladies and gentlemen. How's it going today? Omega, good morning, my friend. Let's get dollars. Let's go. Let's go. Today's going to be an extremely interesting day. We have a lot of very important companies who are going to actually report today. No time to waste. Market is opening in 30 minutes, but I thought we start a little bit earlier today just because we're gonna need to cover a few things here today. So let's quickly go over everyone who reported today. We had some very important companies report, and they were actually mostly good, right? So GM beat, right? So I saw someone asking, and I remember someone was getting into Ford puts yesterday, and they're asking if they should get out. Probably. Does not look good, right? If GM is beats, probably Ford beats too. Let's just have a quick look here and see how Ford is doing. Yeah, it's up 1%. It's people are getting excited, right? That's good for the auto industry. Omega here says Hallie, that's Halliburton, CLF, X or X, UPS, Coca-Cola, Triple M and GE. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. MM actually did kind of well. I know they're down, but like this is like not as bad as people were expecting. People were super bearish. They did miss revenue. They beat EPS. If you actually go through the findings, it's not that bad. People really were expecting the end of the world, like shattering stuff for Triple M, especially that it's the biggest in the industrial companies, that report. So it wasn't really as bad as most people were thinking. Really, it was of course not good, but not horrible. Morning, Angelique. How's it going? We also had UPS. So UBS actually beat. It's giving back some of its gains. Still up 2.3%. But they beat EPS and revenue, so that's always good. EPS by a big margin, 5% here. That's good. And UPS beating is kind of important. It kind of gives us a glimpse actually into like how things might be for like Amazon, Shopify, all that stuff, right? Because they're heavily reliant on UPS. They're very big customers of UPS. uh Amazon not as it used to before, but they still do have some things going through it. Shopify definitely 100%. So these can kind of give us a hint here. Also it tells us that trade is going well, right? So people are sending and receiving packages. For the most part, really, it's e-commerce for the past few years. So that's always a good sign for the market. Which, by the way, all of this is very, very bad for the Feds. I know like people are happy the earnings are good, but for the Fed, this is like the exact opposite of what they want. Like this is pretty damn bad, and I don't know how they're gonna react to this, but like demand is not being crushed whatsoever. Whatever they're doing is so not working, right? So this is gonna be a problem for them, and we're gonna see soon how they react to this. There is a Fed blackout; they can't really talk up until November 2nd, which is the FMOC meeting. But till then, we have to wait and see. We also have Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola, I expected it would beat yesterday because it's Coca-Cola, really for no more reason than that. And it did, and it's up 2.4%. Nothing crazy. But then again, that's Coca-Cola for you, right? Look at this, like 8.2 surprise on the EPS and 5% surprise in revenue. It's Coca-Cola. People are not gonna stop drinking Coca-Cola. A and B, it's a like they have a very huge war chest, right? They can withstand many things. Don't forget, guys, this is a company that survived world wars, multiple recessions. This is an old, strong company, right? There's a reason why Buffett is very heavily invested in Coca-Cola. So, very expected beat and a very lackluster jump, I would say. Like if you look at the chart here, you wouldn't know that they had earnings, but I think that's Coca-Cola for you. It's an excellent dividend stock. If you're into that stuff. What else? I think these were the major ones that announced today. I think also Novartis probably announced and SAP, but SAP is mostly European, so um, those won't really affect the market that much. On the other hand, though, we have things that will definitely be moving the market today. Microsoft, let's see here, Microsoft, Google, right? So After close, we have Google, we have Microsoft, we have Spotify, and we have Visa. Those are the four major ones. Those are the four big ones that are expected to move the market a lot today. So Google has a 8.7% move. If you guys want this sheet, I actually posted it on Reddit. So if you go to my subreddit, or on my account on Reddit, you should find it there. Has all the expected moves, the option activities, the expected EVS, when they're gonna post. I filled it out all the way up to November, so you should be good there. But yeah, so Google here, after close today, let's see here. So again, for the most part, and this is what I've noticed, is the options activity. If you look at the unusual options activity, nothing unusual for the most part here, like equal buys of calls and puts. I will say one thing though for Microsoft, and it kind of, I initially wanted to buy Microsoft puts. I'm not gonna lie, because we've seen this, right? Computer sales, physical computer sales, they've not been doing so well, right? These have been going down. We've already seen numbers from multiple people before, which makes sense, obviously. But the thing is let's face it here, guys. Microsoft is no longer a PC company, right? That's no longer, Windows is not their biggest selling point, right? They're like Amazon, right? The majority of their money comes in from the cloud services that they have. So the real question here is that how well are they doing there? So the majority of the people who use their services in that area are businesses, right? So I mean, businesses, of course, are not doing well, but we're talking about like huge corporations here. They use their services to host their websites, all this stuff. They're not going to shut down their websites because we're in a recession, which technically could be classified even as a mild recession. We are in a recession, sure, but it's not the severe part of the recession yet, right? So we're kind of starting a recession here, if you will. And if you're in the camp of people who believes that this is a recession, so are businesses really doing that bad where they will shut down like their websites? Obviously not, right? Are there many bankruptcies where just businesses are going out of businesses so they don't need the servers anymore? I don't think so, right? Now they can't scale down, of course, because like these services, they have services that they run and they might decrease. But honestly, the way we're seeing earnings so far, things are not so bad. I don't know. On the one hand, we have the PC sales, right? All the stuff going down, so that's gonna affect Microsoft. On the other hand, I don't feel like we're gonna get a big hit in the on the computing services side, which is going to give us a very important sort of leading indicator here, right, for Amazon, right? Because we can judge by, how well Microsoft does on its computing services, on how we can play Amazon, because we know it's a huge part of their business, right? So Amazon reports after tomorrow on the 27th. So perhaps, if Microsoft does not do well, this can kind of give us a hint. We already know from UPS that the e-commerce side is doing okay. There's transactions. People are selling and buying stuff, right? Things are working. Things are okay. So we kind of have a hint from UPS that maybe the retail part, of Amazon, which is Amazon.com, is not doing so bad, right? So we have to look at the other side of it, and the main money maker, of course, for Amazon by a very large margin, which is Amazon Web Services, AWS, right? So Microsoft today will definitely give us a glimpse into that. The only problem is that if Microsoft drops a lot, it will drag Amazon down with it, because people will start pricing in that if Amazon drops, or Microsoft beats, or misses, they're gonna do, like what I'm saying right now, they're just gonna do that, right? So that would be important. Angelique has Xbox numbers will be great. Yeah, I mean that's another thing, but see, Xbox is a retail thing though, right? So Xbox sales is is a retail thing, and Xbox has not been so hot lately, right? So I mean, I don't play Xbox or PlayStation, to be honest with you, but I know people who do, right? I know people who use, and for the most part, there's a shift. And if you look at the recent numbers, a shift toward PlayStation, right? And actually, believe it or not, Microsoft gaming on PCs itself, right? So again, you have a very mixed bag with Microsoft. So um, I don't know. I don't like. I can't tell how this will go. It will be a guess at best. We might see the price action today. Maybe that will give us a hint. So, but I might just end up avoiding Microsoft. Now Google on the other hand, right? So we know Snapchat missed, but it will be a cold day in hell when I base my my earnings prediction for ads on what Snapchat does. Snapchat is a I don't know how to put this in a professional way, but the most professional I can get with Snapchat is a piece of shit company, right? That should not exist, and I'm surprised it still does, right? So I'm not gonna base anything off that. Snap missed. I don't care. Google is not gonna miss because Snap missed. If Google is gonna miss, is gonna miss because the market is not well overall, but not because Snap missed. And I've seen people on Twitter using that comparison, and it's just laughable. It's Snapchat. It's Twitter, right? Like, come on, like it's not a real company. So, anywho, that being said, Google. Now, Google, of course, for the most part, ad revenues, right? And we have to ask ourselves, right? Are companies still using Google? Are companies still advertising? Are companies still spending their ad dollars? And I actually know people who were YouTubers, right? Big YouTubers, and they've all pretty much said the same thing, that they have seen a decrease in their ad revenues for the past couple of months, right? So that's definitely something to keep in mind, right? Because the way YouTube specifically works is that it's an ad revenue split. The YouTuber gets 60%, YouTube gets to keep 40%, right? So their ad revenue is decreasing, and especially during this time of the year, because the last few months of the year, by the way, is where like this is where you get like paid the most. It's Christmas shopping time, lots of advertisers, right? So this could be something to keep in mind here. Don't forget, Google just filled a gap here that it had from last year, right? So last year it had this gap here around earnings, and we just filled it the past couple of days, right? So we haven't really been keeping an eye on Google much because, as you guys can see, it's been going sideways. I'm not interested in that movement right here, but it just filled the gap here. And of course, we all know what happens when gap fills. We get a usually, a violent run up, which we got twice. This seems to be holding here right around the gap fill, this level at 96.8. So Google does have some way to go down if it misses, right? So I mean, like, next support here for Google is 92. That is for maybe almost $5 drop. That's not nothing, right? And there is no reason why it can't just slice through that and go back down here at this level, right? Depending on how big the miss is, right? To 85, very possible. On the other hand, as well, right? We can see it slicing right through on the 50 MA if it's beats, right? Again, very, very possible here. It will definitely slice right through the 50 MA, and the actual next resistance here, like I would say a good proper resistance, you would think it's here, but actually it's here, right? If you look at this, one failure, two failure, three failures, four failures, right? Definitely around this level here, 118, right? Plus or minus maybe a few points. Let's just adjust this, make this proper here. Uh, Oops. That's correct. All right, so it is what it is. It's not cooperating here, but again, coincidentally, right at the 200 MA, right, at 119.7, right. So that is definitely a very like nice coincidence. And we've seen what happens before, right? When we have multiple indicators telling us the same thing, I don't think, maybe not in one go, maybe we don't jump from 103 to 118, 118, 119, unless of course like it's a spectacular beat. I don't see us jumping that much in one day. That'd be pretty hard. Maybe over a few days, the same way Netflix did. But definitely, if we beat, we can see a big move up here. Again, Google is kind of iffy for me. I am leaning more towards a beat than a miss. But I am concerned about YouTube revenues and advertiser revenues, which is kind of the whole thing for Google, right? Spotify, we also have Spotify today. I don't have that on here, so let's add Spot. Right. So Spot, huge run up, right? Let's see here. Estimate is minus zero point 0.8 for earnings, and revenues at around 3 billion, right? but they've been having a huge run up lately. If anyone has been keeping an eye on this, definitely very interesting. Look at this, right? Yesterday, and yesterday was kind of a choppy day, to say the least, right? Big ups, big downs. So obviously here we can see Spotify huge big spikes, and I don't remember anything happening yesterday unless someone knows something I'm missing. But I don't remember any specific news for Spotify yesterday. So this tells me people are pretty bullish on Spotify. Now we know the business model here is basically they want people to buy the premium subscription for Spotify, right? So it's kind of a competitor of Apple Music. So the idea here is, are people canceling their Spotify subscriptions because, of all the hard times we're going through? I really doubt it. Come on, like, did anyone here cancel their Spotify subscription? Right? It's the Netflix situation, right? Did anyone really start canceling their Netflix subscriptions? Netflix subscriptions jumped up, right? Their paid members jumped up. I think what the surprise beat was like, like a big, big, big beat, right? So, I don't think people are gonna just cancel their $9 Spotify subscription just because things are tough. Eventually maybe, but things are not that tough where people are start gonna canceling their Spotify subscriptions. I don't know, I'm kind of bullish on Spotify. The market looks bullish on Spotify here. Again, it's these earning things, guys, these are hits or misses here, so I'm just, again, just trying to use common sense to navigate my way through them. I don't know, again, if I'll be playing any of these today. Could be a better idea to wait. There's a lot more very interesting earnings, in the few coming days. Boeing, Ford, we can play Ford, right? Because GM beat likely Ford's beats, so we kind of have some sort of DD to work on here. McDonald's probably beat, again. McDonald's is, it's like Coca-Cola, right? Meta looks disgusting. Probably will not beat, right? Got Twilio, Teledoc, again, MasterCard. So again, MasterCard will probably move depending on what Visa does. So maybe we're gonna have more safer plays, right? In the once we get passed through today. So I don't know. We might try our luck again. We have some nice cash to play with here, right? So we go here, and the only current position I have is AMD. Which also will be reporting soon. I only have $400 in AMD here, two calls that expire in end of January, so got a plenty of time there. But we got $2,000, right? $2,500 to play with, so we'll be doing some shopping, that's for sure. It's just I want the best bang for my buck, right? So Ken says good morning, my good friend Osby. Good morning. Leo, good morning. And Anil, very good morning. Good morning to all of you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm very glad you guys decided to do that today. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. So back to our analysis, right? So we went over the expected earnings today, and we're gonna probably start buying throughout the day. I just want to see how the open does, what things look like. There has been some news out today. Oil again. That it's been seeing some craziness. Saudi Arabia came out with some not so very nice remarks, saying the people are using the reserves to manipulate the market, blah blah blah, and they'll be taking action. Then that's not really good. We've also seen China saying that they'll be buying a lot. China saying that they'll be buying a lot of stocks, right? The Chinese government is intervening, sort of a little QE there, right? They're going to be buying stocks to stem the bleeding. So this might give us an opportunity with NEO and with BABA, right? Of course, JD is another option. You can always play. I think I had an ETF here specifically for that. Yeah, the Yin, YINN. This is a triple leveraged, yeah, 3x bullish Chinese ETF. So, you guys can see it was down 30% yesterday of the bleed. So it is possible if China starts buying stocks, we get a nice upward momentum. And I don't think it'll buy it to recover all the way up. That'd be almost impossible. But again, if we see it go up all the way to 200 MA here on the 5 minute, that's a 4-point move, 3x leverage. You can buy shares, you can buy options. I don't think that's that's a bad play right there, right? So this is the Hang Seng Index. By the way, this is the QQQ of China, and it closed a little bit negative. It was up at some point, like a lot, right? At some point, I think it was up like 5% or something like that. Kind of on the news, of course, that China will be buying stocks and kind of tapered off a little bit here. Let's have a quick look at Neo and Baba, see how they're doing. Again, up 2%, which is not nothing, but again, like the news wasn't, like welcomed in the way you'd expect the news to be welcomed, right? It's not like a huge spike. And again, probably this is because people are a little bit worried. The UK, Japan, both have been buying stocks, bonds to hold up their market, zero effect. So people probably worried, they're like, well, what if, China does the same thing and, it doesn't really help, stem the bleeding. So I think it could be a nice scalp, honestly. Definitely something I'm going to keep my eye on today. Also, Netflix is definitely on my watch list. So, Netflix, let's go here on the 1 day, looking for the 200 MA, and there you go, right? So, it's up 1%, which I'm not too happy about because, again, I was looking to buy Netflix. But again, the play for me here is hopefully we might see a retest of 200 MA and it holds. I think once it does, it will start making its track all the way up to fill the gap at 330, right? So this could be another possible play here. On the If it does break the 200 MA, is unable to hold it, we can see it go down and fill the gap here at 250. In either case, we got huge moves coming down Netflix ways. I'm leaning more bullish, right, toward than bearish. I don't really see any reason why Netflix should be pulling back. Numbers were really great. They did everything right. So increase in paid members, increase in subscribe, increase in revenues, increase in EPS. Everything else was pretty good. So I think we'll probably, like bounce up to 200 MA or just bounce from here and start going up. So I am definitely looking to take a longish term Netflix swing here. So we'll see. Angelique saying VIX is down. All right, so let's have a look at we looked at the potatoes. Let's look at the meat, right? The SPY, the QQQ, all the good stuff. So this is the 1 day chart for the VIX here, and still looking ugly, right? Nothing has really changed here. It keeps trying to break out of this triangle here that we've drawn a month ago and still seems to be failing, right? So we see here the downward momentum, and it's still, of course, we're seeing this here on the 30 level mark. This is where it really struggles, right? So it tried before on the very, if you guys remember the very first big run, right? That was like mid-October. It tried and just got all the way down here to 28.5 and just, jumped back up again. So in order for us to get a proper bull run, right? Like a good, decent bull run here, we're gonna need to see it losing 28.5. It's a very good sign that we're below 30. But again, if you look at the daily chart, it's not like we just lost the 30 level, right? This is the first breakthrough. That we need this candle to close below 30 and start making its way down to 28.5, hopefully lose that level, right? So these are the numbers, these are the levels we'll be looking at here for VIX. Let's have a quick look at the SPY, see how it's doing. So SPY looks like it wants to test the 50 MA here, which is 390. SPY futures same way, by the way. It looks like this, the 1 day looks pretty similar. It seems like we held the 21 MA, and it does seem like we're making our way to the 50. Do not forget here that we are right now, if you look at this structure, right? So we've been making here, let me just reset this chart so it displays properly. There you go, right? So if you look here, this is, of course, the infamous rejection of the 200 MA. And we see here, this is a lower high, since then lower high, and we made a lower high here. So the expectation is that now we'll be making another lower high. But what's happening here? We look here, and this is actually an equal high, right? So this is definitely from a structure point view for the market on the 1 day on the SPY. This is extremely interesting, right? We are no longer making lower highs, right? And it's been a while, right? This is August, right? This is what, a few months ago, right? A couple of months ago, three almost now, right? It's we've been making lower highs consistently, right? For the first time, guys, for the first time, and this is starting yesterday, for the first time, we're making an equal high, right? Still does not 100% invalidate the structure here. The structure can still hold with an equal high. But if we see it going up, this is officially a higher, and this is why we're seeing, like all this consolidation here, which we'll see it on the 5 minute. If we see this break here, this level, 379.5, right? We see that we officially are making, we're not making lower highs anymore. This is a breakdown of this structure. Now, in order for us to feel completely safe, we're gonna need to see it going up a little bit, probably 50 MA or higher, and then start making a higher low, right? So we have here, we've seen our highs, right? So our lows here on this end again. If we're looking at the structure, so here is a lower low, and then a lower low, right? And then this is a final lower low, right? So if I make, let's say here, for example, right, a lower high, a higher high here, I would like my lower, my higher low to be somewhere around here in this area, right? 372, 374 region. If I get pullback in the 372.5, 374.7, we're fine, right? We're still fine, right? We're okay. It will be here. So we have this action here going up like this, and then going down here, making lower high, and then going up some more. Hopefully this time test the 200 MA again, right? So this is very possible right now. This was not in the cards for a very long time. It is for the first time in 3 months. We are on the precipice here, so it's gonna be extremely important. Keep an eye on the 1 day chart, guys, because we can be seeing, very important move within the next few days. And very interesting that this is all happening right around the earnings, right around major earnings, right? So the bulk, the meat of the earnings are happening within the next 5 days, right? Starting today all the way to the end of October, start of November, right? So it is very, very, very interesting that, that we're seeing this happen now. So basically, it's very simple. We see decent or good earnings. We go up, make lower high, invalidate the bearish trend here, and vice versa, of course. We see bad numbers today, specifically, and like I said, today is a critical day. We see bad numbers today. We see a failure here at the equal high and starts tracking down for a new low. This time, we're definitely going to be breaking the lows here, and it will be a good idea to start swinging long puts, right? So, of course, to invalidate the whole, like since we started, the hikes, in order for us to invalidate the whole bearish thing and get and say officially we're done with this, things are over, of course we're gonna need to see a break of this trend line here. So in other words, by the time it reaches this trend line, we're talking 410, 400, and basically we need to break the 410 level. We'll break that level on the SPY. Officially the market is out of the we're officially not in a bear market, right? That's done. That's over. Officially, no more bearish trend, right? You guys can very clearly see it here. Lower high, lower high, lower high, lower low, lower low, lower low. Super easy to see, super clear trend, right? So we're gonna have to wait and see about that. But for now, this is the macro view of the market. Super important, right? And we'll probably see the same thing on the futures as well, because they are the SPY futures, exactly pretty much the same thing. Again, looking here to break, through this line here on the futures, 3,819, which if you look here all morning has been chopped, right? So like things look so simple on the 1 day chart, but you zoom in to the 5 minute chart and you see all this chop, all this craziness here, right? Why are we getting this? Like we said, like if you've been paying attention for the past few minutes, again, this is an extremely important critical level here, make or break level, not just for SPY, for the whole market. We break through 318.15. We are starting to make our track to the 50 MA. Not just that, we also have to we're also finally stop making lower highs and lower lows. So that will be extremely critical. So let's see what happens. Jay Smooth, let's go, baby. Welcome aboard, man. About to have to get off the screen. About to go back for dental X-rays. Damn, man. Hope you're okay. Best of luck to you, my good friend. Hope everything goes smoothly. Hate the dentists, man. If anyone needs a dentist, I don't hate dentists per se. I just hate dental work. I don't think anyone likes it. So, best of luck to you, my good friend. Anywho, we are. Let's have a quick look at the futures, though, and I think over the weekend I'm gonna need to clean this chart because we're starting to have way too many lines. At some point, it does become counterproductive. So let's have a look here. So again, if you guys are not trading the futures still, it is very important, for you to understand, how things have been going all morning. So consolidation, basically, right? So we'd had the highs of yesterday pretty much here. This was the open yesterday and went down, jumped up, right? Got all the way down here, and with a little bit dying off towards the end of the day yesterday, right? So at the open today, we ran up a little bit all the way. We made a new high for the week. We ran all the way up to 3,821. Again, we know exactly why we're unable to break this. It's not weakness in the market. It's not anything bad. This is just technical reasons. It is a very important major resistance that we need to break through today. So it is extremely, extremely, extremely possible that we have a very choppy day today, that we not get any kind of move. A, because we have very hard resistance, and B, because probably a lot of people are waiting for the earnings. If we see this breakthrough today, I'm taking this as an extremely bullish sign. To be honest, I'll probably jump in a few week out calls. That will be a major move. And again, don't get faked out, right? We can see it peeking through this, but going back down again, it's very possible. On the 5-minute charts, it looks cut and dry, break through this, and blue skies. But in reality, remember how the 1 day looks like. This is a very major resistance. So if I see it clear properly, yeah, I'm definitely jumping in a little bit far out calls. That's for sure. We've been through this. If you guys have been watching in the morning, we've been through this all day, up a few percents, up a few, like point something percents, decimal point percentage, up and down. Nothing major, no crazy moves. We lose the 200 MA, we regain 200 MA, so on and so forth. Futures been doing that all day. I would recommend scalps today, just because today is going to be very, very, very volatile, in my opinion. So I would recommend scalps, but each to his own. If you guys are seeing something that I'm not, feel free to comment it. We share ideas here. Definitely jump into something if it's good. Angelique says next week fits 100%. Thank you, Angelique. That is correct. On the 2nd of November, we had the FMOC meeting. Another reason why people are worried right now. Another reason why we might not be seeing, the very bullish movements, or the very, like things that we've been seeing before. If we honestly just pull back here a little bit and look at the 5-minute chart, let's do the 30-minute just to get maybe a little bit of a clearer view. For the most part, consolidation, right? If you just look at this, pull back and look at this. And again, for the most part, really, we've been consolidating. But why have we been consolidating? Again, we ran a lot the first time, tried to break through this very major resistance here. And what happened? What happened usually when we try to break major resistance? Usually it's a very hard resistance, especially with a very impulsive move like this, which we predicted, by the way. If you guys were around in Discord, right, we made some money off these puts. And it was just got slammed back down. Now it's going again for another retest, right? So far, from a technical standpoint, from a structural standpoint, this is very normal, right? Again, I wouldn't be too concerned or anything like that. Again, if I see the market pulling back today, I'm not gonna start freaking out. It does not mean that people are expecting an earnings miss or anything like that. Earnings could still miss. It just doesn't mean that. Again, it's just a pure technical play here, in my opinion. So, right. So that being said, let's go back here to our SPY, right? Open in 4 minutes. So let's just start looking at the levels here. So there was a gap at the open. which got filled, right? Almost, yeah, we gapped down, and then we just, pure buying right before the open. SPY almost going green, as a matter of fact. Just very nice buying. Coca-Cola has earnings. No, Coca-Cola already had earnings this morning. We covered them. Coca-Cola beat. So if you were in Coca-Cola, congratulations. But beat revenue, beat EPS, everything go a-okay. It was up, I think 3% or 2.5% last time we checked it. SPY going green here. We can expect, of course, once this gap fully fills it, we can expect a little bit of a pullback, maybe to the 50 EMA level. So it does seem that this range we have here, this is the worst place for SPY to have a range. This is gonna make trading very annoying unless we get a break out of the PM high or low. It's gonna be extremely, extremely annoying to trade this because we have the PM high, and right above it we have the high of yesterday, right? So last day's high, very important level. Pre-morning, pre-market high, pre-market low, last day's high, last day's low. These are all very important ranges that you should always keep an eye on. So when nice, congratulations, Leo. Leo made some money on Coca-Cola. Good for you, my good friend. So yeah, again, we're running into this issue here where even if we break the PM highs, we're gonna have this resistance here, 379.5, which we said is very important, and we also have yesterday's high, which is another level. So we see the stacking up here of resistances. Not a very good sign here. But if we see it breaking through, of course, I'm going to be turned super bullish. And if we see it break down but consolidate in this area here, as long as we're not breaking yesterday's low, I'm not too bearish overall on the market. But of course, if we start losing the pre-market low, we can very much expect it to go down to 374.7, at which point I'll definitely be taking some puts. I think now we've grown account a little bit. Maybe we can start taking SPX again. I really miss trading with SPX. I hate trading SPY. The way it moves, the increases, decreases are definitely not the same. So we'll see. Again, we'll look at the options chain together once the market opens, and if we find a play, and we'll see what we'll do here. Of course, we want like very good risk management. We don't want to lose the money that we worked hard for. So market about to open. A few seconds here. Excuse me. And SPY looking a little bit green. So we're gonna see what happens. This kind of looks bullish, honestly. I would not be surprised to see it go up here and then just get slammed back down, right? So we're gonna see. This could be like, this is a classic like trap. Again, just I guess I don't really know, but like a classic trap would be just go up and then slam back down. So market open. There we go. All right, let's see what's up. So I'm just gonna, have my trader, my order ticket here ready, just in case we find something good. I'm likely going to be trading the SPX today. All right, so I'm gonna have my options chain here ready in case we find anything interesting. There you go. All right, so it's going immediately to test the 379.5. And let's see if they do the classic bait and switch here where it just peaks and then gets slammed right back down all the way to 377.52. Or let's say if we finally get a breakthrough, again, that would be very bullish if we're able to break this. So we already broke through the PM high, right? So that's again, and this is the reason, this is what I said, this is a tricky place to trade because one resistance, two resistance, three resistances all stacked up on top of each other. Like how do you trade this, right? Even if it breaks through this, right? How do we know it's not going to go back and retest, right? So and I'm just going to watch it here, but watch it very intently though. VIX down, VIX is down half a point. That's always good, right? You want to see VIX down. I would love to see VIX at 28.5 today, at least tested, if not breakthrough. That would be super helpful if that happens. All right, so we're peeking through the 379.5 level. That's good. All right, so next area of resistance here is yesterday's high at 380, right? So Let's see what it does. All right, so far so good. Nice bullish momentum. RSI starting to get a little bit oversold, overbought here. Uh, VIX, VIX is starting to go up. Not a good sign, right? Looks like people are starting to get into puts here. Yeah, VIX might go up and test this 21 ME here at 29.78. So we're gonna go back to SPY and see what it does. So far looking bullish. So far, nice big green candle, right? Volume wise, this candle's not even done, but volume wise, like compared to the open yesterday, which we said was not great to begin with, so far looking good, right? Let's see if it can maintain this. If we get a nice push of volume here, we can break through the ceiling. I really hope we do break through the ceiling. All right, so we're still testing the 379.5. And all right, there we go. We got some more volume. Still struggling to break through yesterday's high, 380. Come on, break through. Right now, I don't have any positions, by the way, but other than AMD, which does benefit if we the market runs. By the way, look at this QQQ. While SPY is up 0.2, QQQ is up 0.8. That means tech stocks are probably doing well. Oh baby, AMD, nice. By the way, guys, that is a sexy, sexy, sexy candle. By the way, AMD crossed the 200 MA on the 1 hour. I'm just going to show you this here quickly for any of those of you who are in AMD. AMD is probably going to test the 21 MA soon, right? That's at 61.3. And if you look at the 1 hour chart, it just, there you go, finally crossed over the 200 MA. Very bullish sign, right? And we have this crossover here with the 50 MA and 200 MA, which is another bullish crossover. That's a golden cross. So this again is a good sign. But we really, at the end of the day, what I'm looking for is for it to cross 60, break above, consolidate, right? Don't forget also we have earnings on the 1st of November, right? So just something to keep in mind. So that's nice. Tesla up 1.2, that's decent. Neo not up very much from the pre-market. There you go. It just jumped and died off. So not, again, does not really give me the confidence to go into calls. Apple not doing so well. Apple is pretty much the personification. The it's just a duplicate of the SPY, right? So it's not doing so hot here. Netflix doing okay. Netflix up nice. We'll be looking for an entry here soon. Let's see here. Google up 1% with earnings today. Microsoft not up that much, right? People, it does not look like people are very confident. Wow, banks, all the banks are red. Banks are not doing well today, right? JP Morgan, Citi, Goldman Sachs. It's not a good sign. Retailers doing okay. Let's see here. Crypto still stuck in the range. Seeing any big moves here. Triple M down, UPS up. Nothing really crazy. This really is shaping up to be a day where we just get some volatility. We'll see. All right, so we just broke here on the SPY. We just broke yesterday's high, which is good, right? So we peaked at 380.2. So let's see what happens here. Do we get a bull flag, some consolidation above here, and run, or do we get the classic bait and switch where, like I said, it peaks up through this and then just like gets smacked right back down? Let's see if VIX can help us here. Not so much. VIX is consolidating right now, just going sideways. That's I don't know. From a technical standpoint, I'm not really seeing anything specific here. This could be some sort of resistance, maybe here. Yeah, we can say here, this is a resistance at 29.7, right around the 21 MA, which it does look like it's going to test it. So we'll see. And okay, so make or break moment for SPY, right? Let's see if we get the classic bait and switch, or we get a bull flag. So this is the first test of this line now, the 379, as support instead of resistance, right? Because at first it's resistance, it breaks through. This is the first test, and then it goes for the retest and checks it out. It's like, okay, you're support now, you're not resistance. Is it? Are you working well as support, right? Or was it? Or are you still resistance, right? So far looking good, right? We see like this huge wick here, lots of buyers stepping in. So this does look good, right? If you're in if you're bullish on the market or if you're holding calls, it does look nice here so far. Again, uh really hope we don't get a sideways sort of day. It's a little bit early to tell, but all the telltale signs are there. So, and especially if we lose this line, we go back down here, that just confirms it even more. I really hope we got a run up today. Like for me, I still think 3,900 on SPX is possible. Uh, Again, it will really depend on the earnings. We don't need a huge beat. We just need for it not to be a complete screw up. That's all we need. That's all we're looking for here. Nothing more, nothing less. It just as long as they don't shit the bed, right? We're fine. We're good. So SPY is still struggling at 379.5. Testing it, checking out whether it will hold a support or not. This is good. Let's see if it keeps holding. While it does its thing, let's have a look here. Wow, AMD just cleared 60s. Look at that, guys. Look at that. That is just absolutely beautiful, right? Again, I'm not gonna get too excited yet. This is not the first time we tested this. This is actually the one, two, three, four. This is the fifth time, right? We peaked above 60. Am I happy? Yes. Am I celebrating? Nope. This is why I got a longer term here, but we are up a little bit, so that's always nice. Beats being down a little bit. Hopefully, it can finally break through this level here. So I would say this, yeah, 60.16. That's a major level for it. So the highest it went up to would be 60.5. This is the absolute highest it was able to reach, and it was very similar to today. If you look at this, at the open, huge run up, right, and then just got smacked back down. So, but it does look bullish. I really hope things do stay like that. Tesla here, on the other hand, is Tesla, nothing new. The king of chop, big ups, big downs. I don't trade Tesla, but so it's always nice to cover it. Apple pulling back, right? So Apple had a huge spike in the morning, but it just keeps pulling back. It's not good for the SPY or the QQQ or the market, to be honest with you. Let's see here. Amazon not doing so well, right? Amazon down a little bit. Surprisingly, Facebook is up, right? Facebook is up almost 3%. It was very interesting. It's interesting that Facebook is up, but Google is not up that much, right? So because they're both in the same sector, they're both in the communication sector. So you'd expect at least for them, to go like follow the same pattern. Maybe people are just like way too bearish on Google. We'll see. Microsoft, very obviously, people are not super excited about it. It is just broke the 200 MA here. Not a good look for Microsoft. Let's go back to SPY here, see how it's doing. It's probably down a little bit. All right, so okay, so the SPY, yeah, it went down and is going back to retest the same line here. Not much has changed, honestly. I don't see a trade I would take here yet. I'm really hoping, to see this clear. I want to see this level clear here. Once we see this level clear here, take out this the top of the day, then I can definitely see a trade here. So far so good. I like these wicks, right under the support. We could see a quick run up here. VIX not cooperating though. Big candle down, tested the 21 MA like I said it would, and rejecting so far. But we want to see cooperation from VIX. We want to see it breaking 29.6, right? But instead of doing that, just look at that. It just keeps going up. It's not, VIX is not being too nice today, right? And you see, this is the problem. VIX not cooperating means, it's hard to break through this. So I'm just gonna move, I'm gonna move this one to the other tab here, just so I'm able to trade, take a quick trade if I need to. Of course, if I do, I'll show it to you guys. Uh, so all I'm doing is I'm loading the options chain, just in case I need to take a quick trade here. Alrighty, so okay, SPY looking good, right? Again, really trying to take out the top here. VIX still not cooperating, still going up. A little bit concerning. But so far, SPY looking decent, right? I wouldn't call it bullish for sure. It's really struggling to break through yesterday's high. Not a very bullish sign if you ask me. But at the same time, it's still holding this level well, right? They're really going for the 379.5 break. They're really trying here. So this is always nice. QQQ tech, again, a decent chunk of SPY is tech. So seeing QQQ up this much is also a good sign. The only thing that's not good is that the banks are dragging us down here. A few of them are about to turn green, which is nice. I don't know specifically why the banks are down. Could be some news out. If anyone knows, let me know. Angelique says, you have 500M AMD 500M, what, 500 million? Oh, 550 shares. Made 2K out of now. Sorry, Ash. Why are you sorry? I'm happy you made money. That's nice. Oh, because you're out. No, guys, listen, everyone, like, you see profit, you get out. You don't have to hold anything that I'm holding, like, make your money, make your money. You see green, get out, man. Like, no, Angelique, very well done. Congratulations. That's smart. Like, look at this huge, enormous move, right? Like, you're making big profit on this, guys. You want to take the profit, take it. This is what it normally would do. I'm just holding this, because I want to have more cash into something than just leaving it there. So, you know. Angelique says VIX down 0.14. It is no bad. Again, VIX is not cooperating, Angelique. That's a problem, right? Like, I would love to see this. Yeah, like, see, this is a good candle. I want to see it take out the slow here, right? This will get me excited. Jump on calls. They said, I believe the banks had some resistance on the 4 hour or 1 hour daily. I'm at work, can check. Could be technical reasons that does make sense. But yeah, like I said, I don't remember seeing any bad news per se. So yeah, a few banks just went green. Things are perking up. So might be interesting to see if we can take some sort of call here. Yeah, looks like the SPY does want to break out. That's always nice. So let's see here. We're gonna go for SPX. Okay, gonna get one SPX call 3850. Just for a scalp, guys. Again, this is just a scalp. I'm not really looking for to hold this long term. There you go. I got a call, right? So we're gonna see how this does. I'm not expecting to hold it super long, especially if the market does run. But we'll see. We'll see. All right, so we have here the SPY up almost half a percentage, which is very nice. The hope here is that we finally clear through this level, which has been, like, again, historic resistance. I would not be surprised to see us going back down here to test this one more time. But for now, we're gonna go with the market here. Just looking for a quick scalp, tight stop. So we'll see what the market does. Again, like I said, see, VIX is consolidating here, which is not very nice. Ideal scenario for me is, there you go, nice VIX. I want to see this get taken out. 29.6, safest, best entry. once VIX blows this level, this is when like things are gonna be like very juicy, moving on forward. So again, this keeps happening though, that's not very juicy, right? So let's see here. All right, SPY continuing to go up. Again, feel free, guys, if you want to take profit, on the scalp we took at any time. Feel absolutely free to take it. You don't have to hold anything because I'm holding it, right? I am wrong sometimes. I do lose money, so you know, uh, feel free to do you. All right, so nice move here from the SPY. We're making some money, right? So far, so good. Not a lot. I didn't take a big position here, right? We're just up like $50 so far. So I might be looking to place a stop order here. Once it clears a certain there you go. All right, so once we clear the 7, let's go a little bit up, SPY. Come on, cooperate with me, please. Okay, so I placed a stop order at 7. I failed. Okay, no biggie. All right, so I'm just gonna show you here the trade I took. We're up $180 today, so far. So I'm just gonna show you here what I did. Where is it? Where is it? Transactions. I'm really not used to this view here, right? I guess transaction status and history. No, it's not that. Don't show them my personal information, man. Angelique, what did you get? I'm trying to show you what I got, guys, but I don't know how to orders and trades. I'm an idiot. All right, so I bought 3,850 call, like I said, right? SPX same day, and I scalped it for $100. I sold it right on the move up. So SPX 380, one bought, one sold, right? So we got it 580 and sold at 680. So that was the quick scalp here. I'm sorry I couldn't do like that's the problem. Like these things are like usually very quick. But if you guys are still in this, like it's still making money, I would just recommend place a stop loss. Make sure this doesn't reverse on you. You don't have to get out now. Just place a stop loss if you're in this, right? Uh, and now he scalped the call. Yeah, I scalped the call exactly, right? So I'm gonna find a way. I think TradingView integrates into this, right? So I think there is a way to just have them both integrated, so I can like show trade both at the same time, because it's gonna be very hard to not look at the screen while I'm trading. I need to look at the chart, and I think you guys want to look at this while it's happening too. So but it's still early, guys. It's still the beginning of the day, so we're gonna be playing a few more here. Does look like today is gonna be an interesting day. But we're up. That's always nice. So again, so what am I looking for here now? Consolidation, right? Same pattern we've been seeing before. Again, like this here. So impulsive move, consolidation, impulsive move, consolidation, impulsive move, consolidation, right? So hopefully it's one of those days. But let's have a quick look at VIX here. So VIX minus 90, that's excellent. Like I said, guys, I'm looking for the break of this. We got the break of this. This is why we got a SPY run. This is why we got a SPY move here. Right, so that was always nice. Now what I'm looking for here, I don't want to see this go all the way back down here. That will bring us back to choppiness. We don't want that. What I want here is after an impulsive move like this is some consolidation, right? Just for it to chill here around this area, either create a bull flag or just sideways consolidation for a little bit before another run up. So this is what I'll be looking for here now before taking another play. So while it does its thing, while it consolidates here a little bit, we already looked at VIX, so that's good. AMD does not seem like it's moving since we looked at it, which is to be expected. Again, AMD looks like it's trying for a bull flag here. That's nice. This is what you want to see, because so far what we've seen here is this big run up and then consolidation and death, right? So that's not very nice. So I hope to see this bull flag forming and a run up. Nvidia is up like 3%. Nvidia, you know, is just doing extremely well. I know Nvidia earnings are way after everyone, like mid-November or something like that. Yeah, 16 November. Nvidia earnings are pretty far off. So, but of course, like with Nvidia, you have the luxury of knowing what AMD did, and Intel and all these companies. So that's always nice. All right, so wow, if anyone was holding Tesla, congratulations, man. Tesla is just like 3%. This was chilling at like 0.5% for a while here. That's very nice. Next level for Nvidia here. Next resistance is 219.5. This looks pretty damn good. This definitely does look pretty damn good. Apple up 1%. Meta, wow. If anyone was in puts from yesterday, be careful. Meta's up like 4%. It's a huge run. Ah, shit. I missed Netflix. Fuck. Oh well, it is what it is. You can't get them all. Uh, we were busy with Spy. We made money. We should be happy with that. But looks like Netflix is up $12. It's like the biggest gainer I've seen so far, 4%. Uh, looks like I want to go for the gap fill. Look at this daily chart. Yeah, it does look strong. My only problem is now some of you might be asking is like why not get in now anyway is because I don't like buying something when it's like, when it's up 4% in like less than 10 minutes. Look at the daily RSI, it's like it's pretty elevated. Um I'm gonna get in Netflix one way or the other. Again, still at 295, gap fills at what 330. That's a 45-point move, right? I'm not gonna ignore a 45-point move just because it's up 12 points, which is not nothing. But I'm gonna wait for a pullback. I'm gonna do the smart thing here. As very exciting and extremely tempting as this is, I'm gonna wait for a pullback here. I'm gonna be smart about this one. And I'm gonna load the options chain here and see, maybe even place an order if it gets it to a favorable price. So I'm just gonna lay options here, Netflix, press enter, options chain. All right, so 24, 30 days out. That will be through the earnings, through the FMOC. That's safe. That's definitely safe. The question is, do we expect Netflix to make its move sooner or later? 24. All right, so what are the prices on calls? A little bit expensive because we have a small account. Wow, the 330 call is going for 500. 500 is as much as I'm willing to put in something right now. This feels like a little bit of a risky trade, I'm not gonna lie. Like this does feel IVI is the IV is elevated, by the way. It's almost 50%. That is a lot. 3K day and Netflix help. Thank you, Lord. Of course, always thank the Lord. I'm very happy that 3K day, you should be celebrating, Angelique. You should be more than happy. 3K day is a lot. Well done, very well done. And I remember like your account was what, like 1,800 a couple of days ago, right? If I'm not mistaken. That is like one hell of a move if I'm correct. Like you pretty much what, like 200%, 300% gain in your account. Correct me if I'm wrong. Uh, let's see here. Netflix. Damn it, Netflix. Go back. Omega Consumer Confidence Informant. Thank you very much, sir. That is Okay, hopefully we see a pullback somewhere. Wow, Neo up 8%. Look at that. Lucid up 8%, Rivian up 8%. Even Fisker is up like 4%. AMD looks like it's clearing some levels here. Almost at 3%. SPY just keeps going up. All right, so this is what a lot of you guys do, and I used to do that, and don't do that. You go back here and you like check to see how much your call would have been worth if you held it. I used to do that too. Just don't do that, man. Like, I'm very happy. I made $100 off a $500 bet. That's 20% in like a minute. I'm extremely happy with that. I don't care. Even if this goes up 100, 200%, I don't care. I made my money. I'm good. Who cares? So just something to, just keep in mind. So consumer confidence in 4 minutes, 3 minutes now, that's probably around 10. So let's just keep an eye here on the SPY. Gonna be definitely interesting. Might give us a pullback actually. So okay. Okay, good. Netflix is down like $50, going down more. Again, IVI was pretty high. That's probably helping. Ideally, I would love to go in here for 350. I don't think it'll go down that much, but 350 is like for a 330 call and like a month, that is a lot. That's a lot. That's a big move for Netflix. So in an ideal universe, I would love to get in at 350, but I really doubt I'll be getting an entry that low. That low. I don't think so. I'll be lucky to even get like 450 is probably as good as we're gonna get it. Maybe 400 if we're very lucky. I'm just gonna be ready here just in case. Die a little bit, Netflix. So we have some support here for Netflix at 291, 292 actually. Hopefully it goes back and tests it. Right now it just seems to be forming a bull flag. Right, consumer confidence in 1 minute. Right, this could be buying at the very worst time, but I'm just gonna pull the trigger. And we do have a month on it, so what? Gotta fill at all right, $430. Not the best entry in the universe, but not the worst either. Uh I really don't like buying at these elevated levels, but it is what it is. Computer consumer confidence could come up and shoot the market up, which all right, so looks, let's see here, where's SPY? SPY not doing so well. It looks like the numbers were not too great. Consumer confidence is one of those like non-consequential reports because it's about us consumers and we don't really matter. you know, the Fed does not want us to freak out, but they don't super care about like uh, as long as we're not like absolutely freaking out, it's not a big deal. You know. All right, so let's see here. Consumer confidence actual 102.5, forecast 105.9, previous 108. I mean, come on, like it's. I don't think people are gonna like. Come on, like in what universe are people gonna, if they're asked like, well, do you think we have inflation or inflation is getting better, and they're gonna say yes? Like, come on, that's like a given. And the market is not, so far at least, like it's not dropping off the cliff. So It's gonna be very important though because we're at a pivotal point. Either we're making a bull flag or we're just absolutely crashing, right? So we're gonna have to wait and see. AMD almost clearing the 3%, but just fell back down. So it is what it is. Uh, Netflix, Netflix looking okay here from our sensor entry. Kind of making a bull flag here. Again, does not look so far does not look like the report has any sort of effect on the market whatsoever. We're not seeing at least any like initial like hard reactions here. The VIX jumped up, not very nice, but it's been falling a lot. It's as a matter of fact, it's like even with the jump, it's still oversold. So could be probably just like a technical thing. SPY is shooting up again, right? So does seem like we are making a bull flag rather than just the market freaking out about the report. So that's always nice. Like I said, it's one of those like inconsequential reports, right? The Fed is not gonna base us as decision based on like us. It doesn't care. As long as this number, like the forecast was like 105, if it came in 50, yeah, the Fed is gonna turn its head. But barring that, they could not care less. All right, so right now, refresh here, $3,120. That's nice. We're almost up $200 today, so that's very nice. So far, so good. AMD long haul is doing well, and Netflix is doing well. I'm not going to be adding in to these positions unless they drop a lot from their average price because we have time on those. So I have till November 18th for Netflix. That's 3-ish weeks out. I would cut Netflix if I'm seeing it that it's not going towards to fill the gap, right? If it just gives up, I will not be touching it. Like I'm done. AMD, the only way I would cut it out is if it's just like if it has a horrible miss, and I think the worst is behind AMD. This is why I bought AMD. So we're gonna have to wait and see. Uh, but for now we're okay. I am still again thinking about earnings. I don't know if I'll be taking anything. Probably will not be making that decision now. Any of you guys taking anything for the earnings? I'm definitely interested in that. Uh, if anyone is playing anything for the earnings, I'm interested to know what you guys will be playing. So let's see here. Netflix still doing okay. Really does look like a bull flag here, doesn't it? And that's nice. All right, hopefully it keeps going up more. Uh, AMD, where's AMD? Doing okay. Apple, 1.1%. That's very nice. Apple, one hell of a rebound there of the 21 MA. What else do we have here? Banks, yeah, kind of still teetering. Like you can say banks are going sideways. Really, they're not doing anything specific. What else here? Coca-Cola lost some of its earnings push, but then again, it's Coca-Cola. RTX. I know some of you guys were playing RTX. I don't know if you were playing puts or calls. Uh, I mean, that was one hell of a drop at the open. So if you were playing puts, congratulations, and I hope you covered. If not, then cover now. This kind of looks a little bit bullish here, to be honest. Um, what else do we got? So Spotify up 3%, looking strong. Spotify, I am considering taking Spotify calls, and I think it's interesting for us to have a quick look at the previous earnings as well. This sometimes gives you an indication of what's going on. So they missed the last one, right? So they missed this one here, missed EPS but beat revenue. But what I'm seeing from the chart here is a gap up. So does not look very much like a miss to me. So this earnings was good. Here they probably cut guidance or something because looks like they beat both. Wow, EPS 60%. Damn. Uh Yeah, I don't know why I had a big drop here, but on the one day, it's right on the 50 MA. Will probably give us an opportunity to enter if we're looking for calls. Again, I'm probably just gonna skip these earnings, guys, unless someone has like any idea or anything they know. I'm not really seeing anything to sway me one way or the other. Snapchat, good for you, little Snapchat. Good for you, little boy. Look at you. What was Snapchat? Snapchat is up 6%, right? Good for Snapchat. Anywho, let's see here. DKNG. I know a lot of people like to play this, but it does seem to be consolidating here. Yeah, not really doing much. Mm, by the way, if things like this do present a trading opportunity, so all you have to do is like see where the channel ends and begins, right? So for me, this will be the channel here. Now, in order for me to know if this will go back down again or not, I would look at the higher level. I would look at the MAs and see, right? So you have the 200 MA here and the 50 MA are not going to tell me anything. They're all like, stuck together. But if I look at the 1 hour chart, I see this, right? I see 200 MA going down here. We know on the 1 hour, 200 MA is gonna retest for a while. This is the first test, so it'll probably go back down. Could give me a good shorting or put opportunity. So guess here is probably it will stay in the channel unless it has some good news. And then I would look in the day as well and see, probably 21 MA. Yeah, 21 MA is uh it's getting close. So this is how I would know if something stays on the channel or not, right? So just keep an eye on DKNJ and keep an eye on the news, right? Because if it has good news, it can push through. All right, so we'll be ending the stream soon, but let's just have a quick look over everything, and let's see if there's any plays to take here before we leave. So Netflix looks like it has a little bit of a pullback, but still maintaining the bull flag. So far, so good. I would not be looking to add anything here for Netflix, AMD. Uh, Nice, very nice, this is very nice a move. I'm not so happy with this. I don't really like an impulsive move like this. It's always nice to have some sort of pullback. So I don't know, maybe people are expecting like fantastic earnings, right? Because like the worst is behind us, right? So we'll see. We're definitely making new highs of the week here, probably the last 2 weeks, because this is the highest we've ever been since the beginning of October, right? So this here 60.5 we broke through, so that's always very nice. Yeah, so far we're up around like $70 on this $400 last $390 actually. Yeah, we're up 20% almost on the position, so that's nice. That's always nice. We're a little bit up on Netflix, not too much, so we're gonna leave those for now. No need to concern ourselves with them. J Smooth is saying Spy looks overbought. Well, depends on which time frame. If it's overbought in the 5 minutes, could be just a pullback here, waiting to happen. So let's have a look. Wow, Spy still at point 0.8. Did not move since we last looked at it. Looks like it's just consolidating here. Again, could be a bull flag forming or could be that it's just stalling here. Not a super great sign for SPY. Let's have a look at the 1 day. Yeah, look at this. Hopefully we close here. Look at this. Finally, no longer making equal high. And I would say here that a good, reasonable target that will meet expectations is for it to test the 50 MA, which is at 385. Right, just makes sense, guy. Like the 385, the 50 MA, it's very close to it on the daily. I don't see a reason why I wouldn't test it. Right, so uh this could be a play which I'm probably going to take. I'll let you know in the Discord if I do. Probably wait on a pullback and take the play all the way to 386 for the 50 MA test. That makes sense to me, and just close it there. So with that being said, this is the play that I will be looking for here. I'll be waiting for a pullback and I'll be looking at the share structure. If I do take the play, I will definitely be posting in the Discord. Thank you guys so very much for joining me today. I am very honored and blessed that you would join me. Angelique's asking if I could. Of course, 100%. I'll 100% post it in Discord. I did not take a play now. If you missed it, I will definitely post it in Discord. Thank you, Omega, for the heart. Same here, bro. And thank you guys for the support. If you have not liked the video, please like the video. And I'll see you soon in Discord. Ash out.